Hi guys, welcome to Behind the Runway. Lord have mercy. Hi, if this is your first time, I'm only Lagos. Welcome, welcome. As you can see, my partner is not here. Jemima of Ama Osba. So let's start with her first, okay? First thing you need to know is that Auntie is busy, okay? That girl is so busy. She is knee deep in examinations right now. And for the next few videos, it's just going to be you and I. I'm sorry, okay? But she'll be here soon, and then we can get this show running. So this channel, again, if it's your first time, this channel is about going behind the runway. We are actually trying to create a fashion brand. Jemima and I were trying to create a fashion brand that would showcase at Lagos Fashion Week. But of course, that's not just the end goal. The end goal is to start by showcasing in Lagos Fashion Week and then going from there. And so if you have any info on how to come to Lagos Fashion Week, please let us know, because as it is now, we still don't know how to get in. Okay, we're doing everything. We've gone from, like, if you go through our former videos, we've gone through identifying our clients, what we're even doing, how did we get here, and our beginning story. You will get all that, okay? And then our regular subscribers and supporters, guys, you're doing well. Okay, so you're seeing I'm shooting in a different space. I'm just using one smoke on in my studio because I don't have energy. I'm going to make this video as short as possible because I know I'm not as busy. I don't have the exam, but I'm tired. Okay, I'm tired, and I have so much on my plate, and that's So okay, so let's start discussing. Okay, so the last time we spoke, when we talked about manufacturing, I had mentioned that we should go to NAC Apparel. So immediately after that video was done, we went straight to NAC Apparel. Now, NAC Apparel was actually quite inspiring. One of the things I would advise any designer who wants to do well in fashion or in anything: pay attention to someone who is doing something similar to what you want to do. I don't think what NAC Apparel is doing is similar. Like, I don't think we plan to have a store at Ikeja City Mall or like a big mall or anything like that. However, I know we would have to get a store eventually, but I don't think the goal is to have, like, a big shopping. I don't think that's the goal. I don't know how to explain it. But I love what those guys are doing. I like, there's this pair of jeans they had that they did a nice yellow silk screen on. And first of all, let me start. The staff was so cool. Like, the lady that was there, I forgot her name. I won't say Abisola or Bisola. I may be wrong, But NAC Apparel, that girl, right? The chubby cherry girl in your Ikeja City Mall branch. That girl needs a raise. She needs a promotion, okay? She was so nice to us. I was like, okay, so how much is this? She will explain. Oh, is this one in this size? Is that one? Or is also available in this color? I just started. She was just smiling, and she was so nice. And all the different, interesting, intricate details that you guys had, she will show it to me. Oh, this one has a bit of buckle here. Oh, this one has this one here. Okay, so what do you think of the price? She was asking me. I was like, okay. Now, maybe I've been in Lagos way too much, right? But I just feel like, a lot of times when you go into a shop, especially a shop that is selling something that feels exclusive, and attitude just shows up, especially from the staff. So, but the way I believe these things is, like, everything starts from the top. If the leader is snobby, you're going to have snobby staff. So what this tells me is that people have a very warm environment. Do you understand? If the leader is a one person who just believes, no, there are clients, we need to teach, you need to treat them well, it will affect the staff. And I think that's what happened there. So first off, you people's staff, the lady that was there, chef's kisses. So she did this thing where she was explaining, like, some of the silk screens, the prints that were done on the jeans I said I liked. I was like, okay, what is this? And she was like, oh, she wasn't sure. She went and did research, came back and told me, okay, is this one? It's because of this, but she not explain everything. I was just looking at her like I was learning, but I was just so impressed by her. She was just, I don't know how to put it. It was just so, it was chef's kiss. So went to NAC Apparel, and I think that what we went there to do, we're able to achieve, and that was to have an idea. Do you understand what we should work with? The price point, lowest cost item that I touched there was, I think, was a pair of sock. The sock was 14,000 naira, or was it 18? I've forgotten. It's been a while, honestly. I'm so sorry. And then I went there with my phone thinking that I was going to do it, and my phone died. Sometimes it's like village people are chasing you, but you don't know. But the village people will not catch me. I went, so I couldn't take pictures, I couldn't do videos. I really wanted to show you guys how beautiful. But if you happen to be at Ikeja City Mall, or you can find them on IG, look for NAC Apparel. NACK. Yeah, check them out. Okay, so that was it. So the lowest price point item that they had there was 14k or 14 or 18k, which was a pair of socks. Then that pair of jeans I said I loved. Do you understand? Because when I was telling her that I don't think the jeans was my size, she told me that she can get me one in my size. If I can come back also so day that she'll get me one that's just as long as I am. Like, I like you guys. I like Nakuko. It was nice. So it's very inspiring. Of course, when we're coming back home that day, we're talking about, okay, what are the things that we want to emulate from these guys? What are we going to do? What can we do to create that kind of system? That this is what happens. Because one of the things that our major comment was this stuff was a good stuff. Okay, so the pair of jeans was I think it was 125. How many I'm gonna buy that jeans because I like it. I like it. I like that print. It's like this very wide leg jeans, and he has a print at the bottom front. I think it's on the left side. So it's just very gorgeous. So that was Nakapera. So second one is okay. So in the end of May, first of all, welcome to the month of April. This is our first April video, right? Hi. Welcome to the month of April. I pray that this second quarter becomes one of the best things that could ever happen to you. Okay? Amen. Okay, so the next one is Lagos pop-up. Okay, so Lagos pop-up. Okay, I guess we will talk more about this when Jemima comes back. But I'm going to tell you what I think personally. If you go to our IG, meanwhile, Behind the Runway is now available on IG. Yeah, so go to IG, check Behind the Runway, and you will see our listing. Please join. It's still a new page. I don't think we have up to 2 posts yet. But we're going to be getting a post every other day from there, and we're going to be doing lives every other week too, you know, that kind of thing. So we can be keeping updated on things that you don't get here. You will see it there. So yeah, Lagos. Okay, so the reason why I had an issue with pop-up, if you can remember, like some videos, like the second or third video that we did in this channel, I talked about how I was concerned about pop-ups because pop-ups seem to focus a lot on sellers, not buyers. So what pop-up shops do is that they will go and advertise. If you're a vendor and you want to sell something, they say, okay, calling all fashion designers, jewelry designers, hair designers, makeup artists, photographers, blah blah blah, come to the greatest blah 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 and come and do. You know, so they create this platform, which is beautiful. However, they don't market the platform. They don't market it. They don't tell buyers. They don't come and say, oh, if you're interested. Like, I don't know if you remember was it at Wed Expo? There was this wedding, you know, back then that was really, really good. Wed was big, right? But I think the first one I want to talk about, the first trade shows in Nigeria, I think it's like Petit Marché. I could be wrong, but this was like at least the first time I heard about it was 2010. So I don't know if it was there before then, but I know 2010 I first heard about the Petit Marché. So it's like they would advertise to people who will also come and buy. So it's like, if you're a wedding planner, come to this show, right? We're gonna have fashion designers, we're gonna have caterers, we're gonna have photographers, makeup artists. So it's like, come here and find out where to get people to help you get. So it's like most trade shows, I'm so sorry, this might offend some people, but I just have to say it. They don't advertise to the client. So you go to a show and you see multiple vendors and no buyer, no clients. And you know, so I said something similar. I don't know if I explained it like this back then, but I said it that last time. I said that my issue with trade shows, my issue with pop-up is I feel like the pop-up folks spend more time talking to vendors. Now, of course, I've seen a few other people complain about the same thing where oh, this person sat down, advertised, said, oh, we would do this, blah 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 blah, and then eventually they went there, they didn't make sale. They didn't do sale. Of course, I feel like not making sale is different from clients not coming, because your clients can come and you still won't make sale. It happen. You get, maybe you didn't market it well, maybe your product is not as good as it is. But the thing is that when there's no client at all, because for me, while I would like to make sale in a pop-up space, I think more important to me is to find out what people think about my work, what they think about me, how are they accepting my brand. So it's like someone says this and saying, this blue, this red is too, you know, then that to me that's good feedback. But when there's nobody to even check, you know, and sadly that's what happened in Lagos pop-up. We went to Lagos pop-up. I think we were the only clients there. I actually think so. I could be wrong, because what then happened was that the vendors were now buying from other. That's what happened. So it's like you see cars parked. You saw the place was packed. It was tight. with vendors overflowing with things, racks and racks of clothes, food stuff, hair, everything was, but it's like the place was so, first of all, the place was so packed, like there was barely moving space, and this was just because vendors were there. We went a little later in the evening because we're thinking, okay, it would be nice if we come when it's like, because it was the last day. I think it was a 2-day event, it was just a 1-day event. But I feel like, in the evening, another kind 4-5 is when, everybody wants to do last minute buying. There was no last minute buying anywhere. Do you understand? It still felt like, so by the time we came, all the vendors were accosting us. Oh, auntie, buy this one. Do you want this one? This was like, I just felt so pulled and so this thing. But that's me as a client. I feel like, you go to market in Lagos, you go through crazy things like that. However, me as a seller, I don't know. I didn't ask questions though. I didn't ask clients, have you made any sale today or anything? But I'm just saying what I saw. It just looked like people had just gotten a whole bunch of space and there was nobody available to buy, apart from them buying from each other. So I think it became one of those cases where the person that sold her went out looking at somebody's jewelry and saying, oh, I like your jewelry, let me buy. So they weren't people that came in to come and buy. As when we're there, we chilled there for like, let's say 30 minutes. We did a bit of snooping around, asking people, okay, how much is this? Then looking at other fashion designers that were there, what were they selling, how did they display, so that we would know how to do it when we came. But by the time we came out, I just remember, Jemima actually said, I remember you called this thing that time. However, Jemima had a solution when we talked about it 2 videos ago, which was that we have to come with our own people. Now, sadly, that means that it's her people that are going to come. Most of my clients are not even, most of them don't even know me personally. Does that make any sense? Then those that know me personally are not even around. Do you understand? Most of my clients are not even within Lagos. So telling someone to come all the way from Abuja to come and buy clothes or come and support this thing, I mean, it's not like it's not possible though, but it's a tall order. So I don't know what we're going to do. We're looking out for more exhibition opportunities that would help us, because I don't want to short. I would really want us to do like 2 to 3 pop-up situations before October when Fashion Week comes. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Us and Lagos pop-up. So next one. So we're not doing any book. There's no book for the month of April because, like I said, Jemima is doing this, and there's no book that both of us will read together. But me, I'm going to read by myself. Okay? Are you interested in the book I'm going to read? Are you? If you are, let me know in the comments. Maybe I can, I can let you know. But I just thought, well. But anyway, I'll tell you that if you can read The Woman I Wanted to Be by Diane von Furstenberg, that's a great book. I read it earlier this year. Chef's kiss. Okay, so yeah, that's it. I'm looking here. Look at my trusty pad. So yeah, the book we read last month, Risks and Return by the amazing Yomi Jebi Benwa. I found out that there are actually 2 YouTube channels that actually interview the guy. So if you're not sure if you want the book just yet, if you want to read the book just yet, it's 4,000 naira in Nigeria. Go to Roving Heights. Tell them they'll give it to you 4K and you can have it sent to you wherever you are. Roving Heights is good for that, okay? But if you're not in Nigeria, I'm leaving a link in the description box that you can buy it from Amazon. This book is, if you're serious about doing any form of business in Nigeria, it is good to read this book, just so you can have an idea how to even start and how things can move somehow, some certain ways. Okay, so there are 2 YouTube channels I found out that had done interviews on the guy. The first one is Doing Business in Naira. I don't know what the name of I think it's Zine, the name of the host of that show. She's this very pretty girl, right? And she just sat down and talked to the guy. The guy just explained, the inconsistencies of doing business and the great things that make doing business in Nigeria to work. So check that out. If you're not convinced that, well, it's not your kettle of fish. There's nothing I can do about it. Another one is Venture Valley. Venture Valley is him and one other guy. To be honest, I'm not done watching that one. I started it, but I stopped because I had other things I needed to do at the moment, and then I didn't go back to it, which is really messed up. I have to go back and finish that book. But these 2 channels have actually interviewed this man, and I like how willing he is to go and talk about doing business in Nigeria. Like, he's willing to actually advise people. Of course, his focus seems to be more on diasporas. I am sorry for that noise. For diasporas, people coming in from outside the country to come and do business in Nigeria. That's where the focus seems to be. But that's not the issue. It is still doing business in Nigeria. So yes, we are in. Okay, so that's it. What else is okay? Yes, so I already said our Instagram is live. So yes, I'll keep the link to the Instagram again, to the description box. So please go there, check it out, follow us. Ejo, do you understand? Remember, we're trying to get ourselves to Lagos Fashion Week, and we still have a lot of work to do. Okay, we still have so much work to do. So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you so much for subscribing and joining. So let me know what you think about my set. If you care about it, if you care about my small set beside my studio, or would you prefer me to go back to the other sets? I don't know. Let me know what you think. All right, thank you. Bye bye.